Yo, it's Twiik here with Unplugged.
Unplugged 24/7.
Other rappers come and show like conceited. They looking iffy, run the pressure, we bleed them. No bliss to the bitch, pop a pussy, then leave her while I lead away at your head like a me.
Alright, y'all. So it's episode 17 of Unplugged. We got Twiik in the building today. If y'all didn't know, we did do a showcase, and Twiik was our second place winner. So we got him on the show. We probably have him on the show. Shouts out to everybody who was involved with that event. But yeah. So first things first, man. One thing I've been waiting to ask you, because I'm kind of curious. How old are you?
I'm 19.
19?
Yes, sir.
How long you been rapping?
I've always kind of like messed around, like writing music. Never took it too seriously until I was probably 18. It's kind of like when the pandemic hit, I really started just kind of sitting down and writing music. And I had a friend of mine tell me, like, actually, he's like, bro, just try to get into a studio and actually record some shit. And I was like, I never really actually tried to get in the studio. So I did, and I put out like one song on SoundCloud like probably 9 months ago. And yeah, so I mean, since then, it's been just really trying to take it seriously as far as what I'm making and what I'm putting out and things like that. So
pandemic changed your life, basically. Like you went from,
yeah,
I can imagine you probably trapped up in the house, ain't had shit to do. Like, fuck it, we're gonna start dropping music.
Exactly, yeah, for sure. I mean, it was better than just sitting around doing nothing. I mean, I might as well do something with my time. And, I mean, I wasn't an essential worker, you know what I mean? So,
fuck, you gotta get it how you live sometimes.
but
alright, so let's talk about it. Cause I don't care what nobody says. On Unplugged, we keep it real. The elephant in the room, like, what is it like being a white rapper in South Carolina? Like, we deep in the South with this shit. Like, you was the only white boy at the showcase, so when you came up, I was like, oh shit.
you definitely, like, I feel like I get written off pretty, like, before I even step on stage. People just kind of look at me like, oh,
they think they read you.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, I was kind of I grew up on like older 90s hip hop and things like that, and so I just kind of used that to really just kind of move myself around. So as far as like what I make, I'm really just trying to like keep it for like what I can't talk with what I know as far as like my music. So like being a white kid, like just kind of getting up on stage and doing my thing, it's like people tend to just kind of look at me like, okay, it's just gonna be another, you know, like Mac Miller, fucking like Eminem, which I mean I'm cool with that, whatever. It's just like I'm really just trying to do my own thing.
Trying to create your own lane.
Yeah. So like.
Alright, so you're 19. You said you're 19.
Yes, sir.
So for you to be brought up on 90s rap is kind of different. Right?
Yeah.
So who would you say kind of really influenced that for you, like growing up?
Like music, like what artists?
Yeah. Well, no, like who in your life really influenced like your music?
It's my dad for sure. Yeah, growing up, riding in the car, like just going wherever we're going, it'd always be like Tribe in the car, Wu-Tang, things like that. Pop, Biggie, just really anything that he grew up on is what I grew up on. So I mean, when I did kind of get to like high school, I kind of formed off and made my own kind of thing with music, like what I like to listen to. But as far as that goes, it's still like deep in 90s hip hop and things like that.
All right, so let's talk about your dad.
Yeah.
Because I think that's your biggest fan right now for sure.
Probably, yeah.
What was his responses? Some parents, you know, a lot of people are like, look, go to school or get a job. They don't really want to hear that extra shit. Like, oh, I'm about to be a rapper. Like, niggas looking at you. Like. So what was your dad like when he was like, yo, I'm about to start rapping?
It was really just kind of like, hey dad, I'm gonna start rapping. I just kind of threw the phone in his lap one day. I mean, because that was what I was always afraid of was like, I do finally just, you know, come to my parents and be like, hey, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and them just being like, you shut up, get a job, you know, like stop waiting, not even get a job. I mean, I had a job that like, shut up, stay in school, stop wasting your time with this stupid shit. But no, they were all like really supportive, and especially my dad. I just kind of turned one of my songs on, threw the phone in his lap, and he's kind of sat there and listened to it, and he's like, oh shit, is that you? I was like, yeah, that's me. Like, he just kind of took him by surprise. And since then, he's just been my biggest supporter with trying to like, hey, yo, this sounds good, I think you should maybe, you know, and he's like, I'm not a manager, but at the same time, he's, you know, trying to do his best to manage, you know. But
man, that's big because I don't care black, white, Hispanic, whatever. Like a lot of people can't get that type of support from their parents directly. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I could even say, even me personally, when I first started DJing, I told my mom I was gonna start DJing. She laughed. She was like, "Fuck, nigga, you can't DJ. You don't know nothing about DJing and nothing that you're doing." But for you to take that leap, and for them to follow you, that's big. That's major.
Yeah, no, I can't thank them enough for even just kind of, like, I didn't really even care if they were pushing behind it, like, even getting behind it, just don't, I mean, I'm going to do it anyway, so, like, don't knock it, right? But, I mean, no, I'm glad I'm really glad that they go out of their way to, you know, let me know that they like what I'm doing and they think that I actually have a future in it, so, but we'll see.
So you've been rapping for about a year.
Yeah.
Now, did you start off in a home studio, or were you going to a studio? Like, what's your recording
still
setup?
Still pretty much home studio. I've only been to an actual studio probably once and recorded one song, and it was with a friend of mine, or it's not really a friend of mine anymore. He actually passed away, like not recently, yeah. But no, I got in that studio one time, made something, and it was like, damn, this sounds really fucking good. But, I mean, it just hit the bank account like crazy, so, I mean, that studio time, it adds up.
Yeah, studio, enough hours.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, I just kind of saved, got whatever I needed to get, and then just
mic,
got my
audio
own,
interface,
yeah, my whole home studio set up. So for the past hour long, I think, like 2 or 3 of the songs that I have out on SoundCloud, I mean, I have other platforms, but for the most part, everything's on SoundCloud. Like 2 or 3 songs I have on SoundCloud are not recorded in my home studio. Everything is recorded in my home studio. So.
All right. Well, let's tap into that, because there's a lot of independent artists out there. There might be somebody who's just thinking about starting rapping, like because you might as well say it's a business. On the business startup end of it, like purchasing all your equipment to really record yourself, like let people know like how much that range you just. And this is just equipment. This ain't nothing with recording.
Yeah, it's I mean, like, depending on the computer you even want to start with, I mean, you're going to have a computer that's somewhat decent. I mean, it's not cheap. I mean, just even my, like, small, like, home setup is, I mean, it's the MacBook. I think I got a Blue Yeti, so, I mean, that's
a USB mic,
yeah. So, I mean, it's, even in that, like, the lower level USB mics, they're still, like, I mean, they can get up to $200, $300. So, I mean, it's really not just like, oh, I'm gonna just record some shit and then throw it out. I mean, there's a lot of time and preparation and, you know, money and things you gotta throw into this. It's not just, you know, putting something in, not putting anything in and expecting something to grow out of it. You have to actually, you know, put forth something.
All right. And so, one thing we want to tap into, Unplugged is a South Carolina-based show. This is actually our first year running. So this year we decided we was going to focus strictly on South Carolina artists, because we wanted to get comfortable in our setting first. So, one question I like to ask every artist, and everybody's answer is different. I don't want you to feel like I influence your answer at all or anything. But growing up in South Carolina, listening to these artists, producers, whatever you want to call it, who would you say in your eyes is a South Carolina legend? I know it's kind of a hard one.
Yeah, I mean, you think about artists from South Carolina, it's like a lot of people who were down from here really haven't, I mean, you got a handful of them, but, I mean, if you know of him or not, Blind Fury is pretty dope. He's an old blind rapper.
Hey, yeah, yeah. He used to be on like 106 and Park.
Yeah, he used to just destroy people on that. Yeah, I actually had a feature with him a while back. I never released it, but, I mean.
How did you link that?
I had a friend of mine, that had connects with him. And he sent one of my tracks over to him, and he was like, "Oh, let's link up with this kid." So I went over to his spot, and we just kind of threw some stuff together. So, yeah. But I'd have to actually go in and remix and remaster everything on that, because my verse is.
So you do your own mixing and mastering too?
Yeah, I can't. What I can do, like, I'm not even great at it. I just kind of do whatever I can do. I'm not really sending things off to anybody.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you got a specific producer that you rocking with right now that's kind of like South Carolina based?
I'm just pulling beats off YouTube for the most part.
Alright. Have you shot any music videos yet?
No. I'm really like just getting started, like as far as trying to get my name out there and get everything. So.
Alright, so let's tap into your direction as far as music goes. I feel like everybody has some sort of plan for their music. Do you So what should we expect next? Are you album mode? You about to drop an EP? Like what's next?
Yeah, actually, I have a couple of tracks that it's probably 4 or 5 track EP that I was gonna throw together and release probably sometime next week. As far as right now, I have 2 tracks that I just put out on Spotify, Apple Music, everything like that.
DSP, yeah.
Yeah. But for the most part, I'm pretty much always putting music out, at least a song a week, at least. But as of recently, right now I'm working on a tape that's it's called Write Off. So yeah.
Any features?
No features, it's just me. Just I'm talking to a homie of mine who, if I can get him to slide over, he's busy schedule for both of us. But if we can find the time to get him to come through, then yeah, for sure. But as of right now, no, it's just me.
All right. So with everything you do, there's always going to be trials, tribulations, ups, downs. Nothing's going to be a smooth sailing road. What would you say is the hardest part about being a rapper from South Carolina?
Just probably getting your name out there. I mean, especially like when you think of like cities and towns blowing up with hip hop, you're not thinking of Columbia, South Carolina. You're not really thinking of South Carolina in general. I mean, you got Chicago, you got places out in California, you got New York.
Yeah, the biggest cities.
Yeah, you're not really thinking of kids coming up from Columbia, South Carolina.
Small, it's really a small market.
Yeah, so I mean, if the biggest thing is if you're gonna try to come up like out of here, I guess just really make yourself stand out and try to get to some of these other cities around you. I guess I mean Atlanta's always blowing up. Charlotte's always got talented artists in it. So I mean, there's different places around Columbia that you could use to kind of get your name out there. So I mean, just don't stay in one spot. I guess don't be stationary. Keep moving.
Now, as far as performance-wise, I've seen you perform at the showcase, of course. How many other performances have you done since you started rapping?
I did one other show like that before, and then I had a show where it was kind of like a live stream, and it was put on YouTube. So technically that was my 3rd show. In person with people was my 2nd.
Do you feel pretty comfortable with the performances so far?
Yeah. I mean, when I get up there, it's just kind of like eyes on me. It's like, I mean, I played sports my whole life, so it's like kind of used to the crowd. But I mean, everyone just kind of looking at you, waiting for what you gotta say. I feel like
with you, honestly, they look at you with a pre-made up mind of what's about to happen.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's especially the first time you see people's faces when I actually get up there and start doing whatever I do. I mean, it's kind of funny to me to see some of their reactions. But probably the best part of it would be like when you get off stage, you have people coming up to you and you're like, dude, your shit's awesome. Like you're fucking crazy. You can actually spit. And I'm like, hey, thanks, bro. Like it means a lot. Like yeah, it's just.
All right, so let's tap into your rap name. How did we get the Twiik that we know today?
I went through like probably 5 or 6 different rap names. It's been a whole lot of them, and they all just didn't really.
What was the first one? Come on, give us your worst one.
My worst one?
Yeah.
Probably like Lil Clip or some shit like that.
That's some SoundCloud shit.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was like full SoundCloud when I first started, like out the ass. It was bad. It's like, but no, I went from like, I think it was my initials, and it was like Lil Clip, then it's like some crazy.
Just giving me a little peep vibe.
Yeah, some crazy shit. But I never made peep shit, so like I couldn't sing.
That emo shit.
Yeah, I couldn't sing, and I have no fucking clue how to use autotune. So it's like. I couldn't.
Auto-tune, I don't know. I don't mess with it like that.
Yeah, nah, me neither. It's like raw bars for sure.
You feel like SoundCloud rap is still alive?
Yeah. In some aspects, I mean.
I feel like shit's dying, slowly dying.
Like slowly.
All the SoundCloud rappers is dying.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the people who really blew up for that small period of time.
Yeah, Playboy Cardi went full fucking crazy.
Yeah, he lost his damn mind. Shit like.
Lil Peep died, Juice WRLD died, fucking X died. Uzi's dating fucking City Girl.
I feel like Uzi lost his mind to begin with, though, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I can't even sit here and cap. That's my favorite rapper, so square fuck, bro. Not even gonna cap on cap.
But yeah,
Well, let's tap it. Yeah, let's tap it that. Who's your favorite artist right now?
Right now, probably JID, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. With Dreamville, right?
Yeah, or J. Cole.
Yeah, that's Dreamville, yeah.
Yeah. Just straight like lyrical shit. I mean, you know, I got a few trap like artists like I can get behind and like really bump. Because I don't know, it's just...
Alright, so let's settle it. Kendrick or Cole?
Oh shit.
Let's settle it. Fuck it.
The ability to make like an all-around just song that you can just kind of sit around and bump to is I'd have to say Kendrick. I mean, his ability to like just take different sounds and put it into a track. Like if you look at the Damn album, he had a whole bunch of songs on there that are just like holy shit. But as far as like bar for bar lyrically, like if you sit down and listen to some of Cole's music, he's got, even like in his earlier music when he was first coming up, he's got some that just kind of make you sit there and go like, damn, like, oh shit. So, I mean, they're great in their own ways, but I gotta go with Cole, like, from a lyrical standpoint, as far as him being himself and what he's able to do. Like, yeah.
Well, while we talking about industry niggas, do you fuck with the old Kanye? Because this new Kanye, I like Graduation Kanye.
Graduation Kanye. I mean, I had a few Kanye songs on my. I just never really was into Kanye like that a whole lot. And Graduation was a good album. I mean, you got the like Yeezus, and Yeezus was alright, but I mean, Kanye West, definitely on some shit right now for sure.
Alright, so we're gonna ask you this question. This is gonna be the last question. We're just gonna fuck with you, fuck it. Since you're a white boy rapper, favorite Eminem song?
Oh, shit. Damn. Probably just say like Till I Collapse or some shit. I don't know. It's real basic. Yeah.
Alright, man, we appreciate you coming through.
Thank y'all for having me.
Unplugged 24/7.